I thought it looked cool, but it looked big. It looked like you might be walking around with a boombox or something. What's going on, y'all? It's your boy RGG, a regular gun guy. Welcome to my YouTube channel, where I bring you gun content that everybody can relate to. If this is your first time here and you enjoy this video, leave me a thumbs up and smash that sub button. And if you're returning to the channel, I appreciate you more than you'll ever know. Have you ever seen this red dot? At any point, are you familiar with it? If not, I'm here to tell you about it today. It's the Cord PB-3. A division of lead and steel. So most of us know it as the lead and steel optic. I hear people talk about it. I've heard people mention it before. Pretty cool enclosed optic. Now, when I first saw it online, I'm not gonna lie, I thought it looked cool, but it looked big. It looked like you might be walking around with a boombox or something. Like, it was huge, but it's not bad once you get it in hand. And from the beginning, I wanted to get it for this particular firearm. The color match is perfect. It almost looked like they built it for this gun. This is the FNX 45 Tactical that I have this optic mounted on with a Streamlight TLR1 from Optics Planet. The thing about it is the mailbox optics that people talk about a lot, man, there's a lot of them out there that are really popular. And a lot of them can cost you a bunch of money. Now, you can find some in the budget realm, and you can find some that get way up in price. When I did speak to the guys at Lead and Steel, one of the things that stood out to me is that he said, we're not in the market to compete with the more budget-minded optics, respectfully. Shout out to all of those guys. I'll turn the light on. But shout out to all of those guys, but no disrespect to them. But no, this is the guys who are going to go out and purchase the Acro, the guys that's going to go out and purchase the RCR, the guy that's going to go out and get the MPS, those guys. This is where that optic sits, although it's priced slightly below those. At the same time, it's still not a cheap optic and not meant to be. And it's not meant to be your range toy or something that you just going to shoot competition with for the most part. This is a defense optic. This is a duty optic. This is something that they want you to be able to trust your life with, something that you're going to carry on your hip, a duty gun, police guys, or just us protecting our family. Like this is in my house. Oh my God. I've had it for some time now, so I've been sitting on it for over a month. I've taken it to the range several times. I wanted to shoot it on 45 ACP because I'm like, if it can handle that big bang, then I'm with it. I'm okay with it. And it co-witnesses. So at the end of the day, if God forbid something did go wrong, I still got sights to be able to see what I'm doing with it. So to me, this is the ultimate defense gun. I keep this in the house with me, loaded at all times. But I recently put this, I took the dot that I had on it prior, I took it off, and I've been going with this ever since. And nothing has given me reason to take it off. Now, what makes it dope? It's made out of the 7075 aluminum, so it's really durable, right? So I got out to the range. I was banging it up on the wood table and all of that stuff just to kind of see if it would still hold zero. As you can see, one of the coolest things with the lead and steel stuff is look at how flat this mounts on this FNX 45. Do you see a mounting plate under there? No, you don't. But there is one under there, right? It's the Ghost adapter that they make, and it's their adapter. It's actually under here, and it's mounted on an RMR setup. So you can mount this to RMR, you can mount it to an Acro footprint, MOS, but this thing sits dead flat, which is great, which is what allows it to co-witness. You ever heard of an ambi optic? Because the buttons are on the top, so it makes it easy for right-handed and left-handed people. The adjustments are easy to get to, so there was nothing about it that was difficult for me to understand. It's got 3 different reticles in there. You got the circle dot by itself. You got your different options similar to any of the other, what we label as really good dots. People love to look at the aesthetics of an optic. Me, it gotta look right on the gun. Well, I get mad, then I take it off. If it don't look right on there, I'll get upset, and then I'll take it off and put something else on there. But this looks perfect on here to me. So aesthetically, this optic passes the test. Size, I thought it was going to be too big and too bulky, but it's not. If you're going to put an Acro on your gun, you can put this on there. I'm going to roll in some footage and take y'all out to the range with me. I even shot it with one of my buddies, let him check it out. And he owns an Acro, a couple of them. So I wanted him to check this out as well and get his feedback on it. And I'll let you guys see what he said. And then I'll come back and tell you exactly what I think about it. We'll talk about the MSRP and how popular it's getting and why. Needs to be sighted. Ooh, that 45.
Hey man, that's kind of loud. You got something to help out with that, bro?
What do we have here? See what we up against. Nice and quiet. Watch them casings. Let's run this thing. Woo! I ain't hit much, but it's running. Take my time. Wow.
First thoughts, I like the color it matches in with this setup you got here, so I see where you're going. From the right side, it almost looks like an aim point. You know, it could be an aim point P1, P2. But nice size, looks same size as the Acro. Also, I guess this can be. I guess you can compare this to the Hollow 508T as well.
Absolutely.
I had one of those, but I since got rid of all that and I strictly run different pistol optic manufacturers. Let's see, man. I can always be open-minded, especially if I have to spend $600-$700 on a fucking optic. So
and that ain't even that don't even cost that much.
Yeah, exactly. So you said just shooting, huh?
Shooting low.
Shooting low. Damn it. Hey, that's nice. The glass is very clear. You can see the dot just fine. Man, what all options does it come with, man?
Today's video is brought to you by Gunplay Prints, a brand new company with 2 locations in the Midwest, 1 in Florida, making some of the coolest 3D printed gun stands you can find. Everybody's making 3D printed gun stands these days, but these are made with swag, all right? Check these guys out. Right now, they offer about 4 different styles. Your basic style gun stand that you're used to, the dog bone, right? As you can see from the shape, you can customize it. These stands are modular too, as you can see. They also offer what they call the honeycomb island. So you see all the honeycomb shaped hexagon shapes here with an island with your logo on that island. Also a modular stand in addition to what they call the swag stand, one of my favorites. So swag stands are stands where the actual stand, the base of the stand is made up of text. As you can see, the quality on these things are top notch, man. This is also a modular stand. And then they have like your multi-stands, like the multi-Glock stand that holds 3, comes in multiple different colors. These pegs come off too. They're modular as well. The pricing is awesome, man. Go check them out on Instagram. I'll leave it right here. Go follow Gunplay Prints, man. Get yourself a nice custom 3D printed gun stand. Tell them RGG sent you. So as you can see, my buddy was like, hey man, what other features do it got? Like, cause he owns an Acro and he's looking at this and it's like, whoa. This is pretty interesting. It will catch your attention once you see it in person. This is a well-built optic. You could tell that it's durable. Like you can look at it and tell it's durable, but after messing around with it, banging it against the wood, didn't scratch it up. It didn't lose 0. And I know like it's almost impossible to look at these reticles, look at the reticles through a camera, but you can kind of see a little bit. But the glass is super clean on this. And one of the other things that's dope about this, and I think a lot of people appreciate it, for a mailbox optic, the window is a lot larger than what you're used to. So some of the popular enclosed optics, obviously the Acro, which I don't have one here with me, but I do have an RCR, which it would be compared to. The RCR is a lot more expensive, but you're looking at the glass in the RCR and you look at the glass on this, there's a huge difference. Right? Like this glass is much larger. I don't know if you can see better from the front. You can definitely see it from the front. Now, the Steiner MPS is probably one of the sleekest looking mailbox optics you can get. This is one of my favorites in terms of aesthetics because it's smaller. But surprisingly, it's not much smaller. Like I was saying, this optic surprised me in terms of I thought it was going to be bigger than what it was. So I'll try to get that as close to the camera as I can. Now, don't get me wrong, it's bigger than an MPS, but so is the Acro. But I do have a Sealy, a Bear, which is their enclosed optic, and it's just like a Swamp Fox Kraken. And if you look again, you'll see the window on the PB-3 is larger. PB-3 may be a little wider going that way, but I mean, they close in size. It's not far away. It's IPX8 rated, so you can put it underwater for about 30 minutes or so. I forget how much water. I have to look that up, but it's IPX8 rated. I don't know too many people that swimming and shooting, but that's a good thing to know. You got the 3 reticles, the circle dot, the dot only, the circle only, and then it's got a feature that, of course, that I think is mandatory on a red dot, which is shake awake, but it's not shake awake on this. It's different. It's called Oruroake. I'm gonna try to explain it in plain English exactly what it means. Like shake and wake, right? So what is that? That's like when you put the optic down, it'll shut off, and then with motion, the unit turns back on automatically, right? Well, with Oruroake, the technology is only applied to the 32 MOA outer ring, to the outer ring. So it doesn't apply to the actual dot. The dot stays on. That ring will go off and come back on, work just like normal shake awake. But what that does is eliminates a lot of the malfunctions. So if the shake awake malfunctions, you don't have to worry about it on this dot because it stays on anyway. So when normal shake awake could malfunction, it may malfunction, it may not come back on like it's supposed to or whatever the case is. This one always stays on, right? The dot is always going to stay on. So I thought that was pretty interesting technology and something to note because, people look for that. So standard, it comes with Acro footprint, right? But you get the Ghost adapter that I showed you earlier. You have to look it up. It's the Ghost adapter. It's a little adapter. I'm not going to take it off, but it's up under here. Allows you to mount it to an RMR footprint as well. It's got 7 daylight settings and 3 night vision settings for, for my super tactical guys. So I think that'll make a difference to a lot of people as well. So I just thought this was something totally worth checking out because I haven't been up on the mailbox joints in a while. And this one, it's always caught my attention. I always wanted to put one on this particular gun, 45 ACP. It's running it. This is one of my favorite guns. For the record, I think it's the best 45 ACP out there, but that's another argument later. But again, this is the PB-3 cord, the division of lead and steel. So definitely something to pay attention to, all right? Oh, why do I keep turning the damn light on, man? Do me a favor. Stay solid. It's free. Stay out the way.